In this video we'll be looking at scientific notation, where numbers are expressed in the form of a multiplied by 10 to the power of m, and looks something similar to this over here. So how do we go about writing numbers using scientific notation? Well, if we look at this number over here, which is 4,500,000, we can imagine that there is a decimal place over here. So let's just put that in for a moment. So decimal place 0. Now we need to place this decimal point after the first non-zero number. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here is our first non-zero number, so we need to put our decimal place in there. So we've actually counted back 6 places, as you can see. So this will become 4.5 multiplied by 10, and we've counted back 6 places, so it would be to the power of 6, and that would be the answer. Alright, well, why don't you give this number a go? Put it in scientific notation, something similar to this. Put the video on pause and come back when you're ready. Alright, well, the first thing I did was I put my decimal in there, and then I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going to be 9.9 times 10 to the power of 9. And that should be the answer. Well, what happens if we have a decimal that is 0.0000007? How would we write that using scientific notation? Well, exactly the same thing has to happen. We need to put our decimal place after the first non-zero number, which in this case would be over here. So how many decimals did we move it? Well, we moved it once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we moved it 7 decimal places. So in this case, we're going to have the answer looking something like this. 7 multiplied by 10, and we've moved our decimal this way over here, so it becomes a negative. That would be negative 7, and that would be our answer. Well, here's another one. Why don't you give this one a go? Put the video on pause and come back when you're ready. Well, here I need to move my decimal place to its position over there. So I've moved it once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. So this is going to be 4.5 times 10 to the negative 9. Alright, well, if we have a number like this and we need to express it in its decimal form, so we've actually written it in scientific notation, what do? Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to write the number, which is 8.34, and we have 4 places that our decimal needs to move. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we can put a 0 there and a 0 there, and we can move our decimal place to its position over there. So our answer in this case is actually going to be 83,400. Alright, well, here's one for you to have a go at. Put the video on pause and come back when you're ready. Well, in this case, we've actually got a negative 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write my numbers over here, 6, 8, 3, and I'm going to put my decimal place over there because I want it to look exactly the same as that. And now, because there's negative 5, my decimal's got to move back 5 times. So it'll look something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to put my zeros in. And this is where my decimal place goes. So my answer is going to be 0.0000683. Well done. And that's pretty much the end of scientific notation.